G'day, how yous all going? This is Ian Harris from Australia here, and Steve will be later on in the show. Now, I had a subscriber of mine, Philip Stone. He suggested, why don't I do a Bob Ross tribute? And I thought, that's a good idea, Philip Stone. So I found a mountain of Bob Rosses here, and it is Mountain Ridge Lake. Bob named his painting as is this. So I thought I'll do this painting, but in acrylic, because I paint in acrylics, all right? So, alrighty, we'll get this on the easel there, and we'll go through the colours and brushes that I'm going to use, alright? I've got mid-yellow, forest green and sap green. I used phthalo blue in this one, carbon black, titanium white, yellow oxide and burnt sienna. I also used a flat 2-inch brush for my scenery grass. I used a small and a large fan brush. I also used two 2-inch brushes for the sky to apply the paint and the other one for blending. Okay, I'm grabbing a 2-inch brush and getting my white liquid paint with some retarder on it. Now, I do this a little bit different to Bob Ross. He paints in oils and I'm painting in acrylics. So I'm doing this in a way you can do it in acrylics. So I've got retarder. I didn't spray I always like that a bit wet so as the paint is not hitting a dry raw surface. I'm doing this for people who paint in acrylic, and I myself only paint in acrylic, so this is just a way I'll do something like his in acrylic. Alright, that's all got the retarder and the white liquid paint on there, ready to put some beautiful blues on there, alright? Alright, down here on the palette I've got phthalo blue here, and I'll just press the button. I'm using primary red. There we go. And down here I've got titanium white. There we go. Now we'll get some, see, I'm pulling this into the brush. This retarder here helps this work like an oil paint. Alright, so we're going to put a bit of a sky in, so we'll just crisscross it, bring it down to the atmosphere, colour in your sky so it's got some atmosphere, lighter down the bottom, okay? So we'll get this done, and this painting of Bob Ross's, it was his Mountain Ridge Lake, alright? And we'll also get some water in there. So what we'll do, we'll bring the water from the edge across into the middle, just like so. Don't want it too dark. Want it looking nice, and some on this side. Alright, and across the bottom there. Now we'll just darken up these corners here a bit to bring your eyes back into the middle of the picture. Alright, now we'll grab a blending brush. Where's my blending brush? This one will do. Bring this all the way across in full strokes. Don't stuff around with it. Go all the way across like that. And we've got some nice water there. Give that a bit of a rub. Grab your blending brush. And now I want to blend the sky to get rid of these brush marks out of it. Alright, so we're going to get our blending brush and start blending this, okay? I'll just start this little bugger up. Come on. Come on. Okay, we've got our blending brush going now. So now I'm going to dance this across the top. I'm virtually going up and down, and also little twists, okay? Doesn't matter how tight I get this easel, it always wants to make a stupid rattly noise. So anyway, I want to wipe your brush as you go. We're using acrylics, don't forget. do those dark corners last, because see what I just did there? Bring this into the white there. We're just getting rid of the brush strokes out of the sky. Okay, bring it across here. Lighten up that middle bit. Now wipe your brush, and now we can come back to these darker bits of phthalo blue and bleed that into the sky as well. Just so we've got our traditional dark corners going there. There's one side, and there's another side. All right. Now this water bit, we'll just finish that off. So we're just gonna, I've just got the yellow onto my fan brush, and I want to just lightly run that through the middle here like so, and that'll probably change it a little bit green. Grab your blending brush and blend that into the blue so they're nicely transitioned, and we've got a little bit of green tint in there. Okay, now that white, liquid white underneath has allowed all this paint to stay wet. Now bring it across all the way, just so we've got that tinge of yellow in there. Oh, it's turning green actually. That's what I want. Alrighty, we're just going to get some titanium white onto the fan brush. Put something up here, up the very top, twisting it around and get something just there. Alright. Get your blending brush and blend just the bottom of it down into that sky there, into the atmosphere. Alright. Not too heavy, nice and light. Get that baby to dance for you, just so you got some beautiful clouds like so. And with clouds you can always, as I've said before, do them in layers. Gives them some dimension in your sky. It doesn't look like a flat sky. I mean, I've done some skies and when I've looked at them they look flat. Alright, so we've done that. From here, because we're using acrylic, we're going to clean the brush that we used for our white, and then we'll put another one in front of there. Okay, so we'll sort of come up here and get something in front of that one there. So we've got a couple of layers of clouds. Alright, grab your beautiful little lady with the lovely dress and get her to start dancing for you. Alright, let's go. So we're going to blend this one down as well. So we've just done a couple of layers of clouds there. Blend that down into the sky. These don't have to be overkill, they're just some clouds in the sky. There's something coming across there. Too easy, eh? Blend this. Wipe your brush. Now because this is acrylic, I'm not going to sweep it like a lot of oil artists do. Okay, grabbed my knife, I've grabbed a roll of paint on there. Sorry, wrong way. A roll of paint on there. I've got some black here, and we'll get some basic shapes of a mountain, so we've got to get them a reasonably high. Okay, now I've never really got into mountains, so I'm not that great at them, so bear with me. Alright, but I do know you need to get just these top areas of your mountain in there, and this knife is the best one I can find in Australia. It's not. Now we'll come down here, get a bit of a hill coming down here, something there. We'll probably put another peak up in it there, and then we'll scrape all that into oblivion. Alright, grab a brush so you can start pulling some of this down. Alright, so we'll get the edge, keeping the edge there. How about you come in a bit, eh? And we want to keep this edge of our mountain there. I'm wiping the brush as I go, bringing that right down there. We'll come down here. right down there, and then we'll bring this over there as well. Bring it right down and pull the paint off there, keeping that nice hard surface there. Alright, that'll do. Does that look like a mountain? I ain't no Bob Ross, but I'll give it a go. Alright, here I'm going to grab some white, titanium white, just a little bit of burnt sienna, not too much, just so we got some colour there. Okay, I've got a roll of paint on my knife. We're going to start from the top here, very lightly. Just barely touch your canvas and bring it down. Barely touch it. See, acrylics work a lot different than oils. And we'll sort of come across here like so. And it's got a break. And we'll get a bit over here somewhere. Alright, that's broken up a bit, eh? Pull that in a bit upwards. I want to come up. So I'll start from here and come up and off. Wipe the brush. Come again up and off. Just so I've teased that surface there. Up and off. Okay. Huh? Alright, do that again. I got some titanium white on my dirty brush that had the black in it, and we just sort of want to come down this side of the mountain here and scrape it in. Okay, we'll put some here and pull it down. Down here on my palette I've mixed up some sap green, yellow ochre and some mid yellow here. I've wetted a bit because I want it to transfer off the brush onto the canvas, and we're just going to come across here and start putting some grass in, alright? So come in a bit closer so you can see what I'm doing. Now I've dried this because it's acrylic, and if I didn't dry it it'll turn to mud. So keep the lay of the land still as you put this on. Follow the shape of your mountain, don't just put it on all straight, otherwise it'll look a bit, you know, you'll be looking at it and think, no, there's something wrong there. Okay, I'm just using a 2-inch hard bristle brush just to get some of this on here. And I'm just playing with the tones a bit. I've put a bit of yellow there just to sort of break up the colour of that. And we're coming up the mountain a bit. Just making your own lay of the land there, alright? And it's going to come up our hill a bit. We'll sort of come over here, making our own areas. And then what we can do is get just the littlest bit of, I'll bring some up to here, make it look different. Now I'll put just the littlest bit of white with that mixture, just the littlest bit, just so we can, not too much, otherwise it goes cartoony, just so we can get some light bits. Are they turning light yet? I'm putting the most stingiest bit. It's like you're at school in grade 5 and your teacher wants your lunch and you don't want to give it to her. You're giving a bugger all, mate. That's what I'm doing here. Just create some highlights on here with just the littlest bit of white. It just breaks up the lay of the land. We'll bring some grass down here. Get some land going down here. We'll get that darker patch again. Now I'm spraying the paint again. You want it not runny wet, you want it damp wet, alright? And we'll come across here. just so we can come down the painting here somewhere. Now in Bob Ross's painting, he had another mountain over here, so we'll sort of come up and we'll put another mountain up here. Now I'm not putting much paint onto the canvas because I've got to pull it down. This has all been dried, and this can come off the canvas here over the edge, okay? Pull this down with your knife, get the edge of it nice and sharp. Just something there. And we're going to pull that down, okay? Now we'll get some more paint in there. See, that's dry, you can see what it's doing. Pull that down so we've got enough room. Get all this down here, down there. I'll use this other brush just so I can pull it, because being the acrylic, get it all the way down there, dragging it down the canvas like so, okay? Just to about there. Alright, I've got some white again. Let's make sure my knife ain't dirty. I'll get some burnt sienna, and we're going to mix into there. Okay, it's actually, that's not 100% mix, it's marbly looking. Alright, so let's put a bit of colour in this very lightly. I want to create a bit of shadow with this. I'm keeping it on the dark there. Just something around there like that. I'll get some more, and then I'll wipe the knife and I'll load it up on the edge of the knife again, and we'll get some sort of here. You can twist it, not twist it, like scrape it around, because acrylics do work a lot different than the oils. And if you're going to paint this in acrylic, you want to just remember that. But if you're doing it in oils, you have no trouble. Pull that up into the black, just so it's going like that. Clean your brush and bring it up. I'll come up a bit more. It's just got shadow and darkness and mountainy looking bits and pieces in there. Alright, we're back, got that dry. Now we're going to do some more of these colours here. Come up the hill, not too far up the hill. And we'll bring them down as well, so we can come up the mountain. Follow the lay of the land, remember. You're going up a hill, you want to shape your grass up the hill, alright? You can just find the little dark bits, make your own sort of nature paths in them with this lay of the land. Now I'm going to grab a bit of yellow, mix with that colour. I'm just toning it up with some yellow so we can get some more sort of, maybe something here, following there. Just we're joining those bits of lands up. Okay, and we're just joining them up. Okay, I've squirted that. I feel I've got too much green here, so I've got some titanium white on my brush, and I want to, while I've wet it, I can whack that on there and then just pull it through that blue, because I feel I've got too much green in there, too much yellow. Okay, I've got some dark sienna and brown black mixed up, and I just want to put some little distant trees in here, okay? Just something back here, just to indicate we've got some evergreens in the background here. Just something like that. Get them up there. Now because it's acrylic, grab yourself a reasonable brush and that bottom bit, sort of do this to it, because that's going to create shadows for there. Now we're grabbing our green, sap green, yellow oxide and yellow again. We're mixing that just to fill in a bit more grass. And we're going to bring this across there. And like he stated, that black is just opening up some shadows underneath these trees there. Okay. Okay, on my fan brush again, I've still got burnt sienna and black, what I use for these trees at the back. And we'll start putting some around the place. So we'll put a line here. Just put them any old way. Up and down, keeping them vertical. Some can be higher than others. Do some deliberately higher than others, just so they've got their own lay of the land. So we'll get maybe a big one up here, come down, and then get the corner of your brush and make the evergreen, and then hit it hard at the bottom. As you come to the bottom, give it some more pressure. We're getting those bendy bits there. Alright, we're just highlighting these with the fan brush, and I've got some forest green. So we'll come down with the corner of your fan brush and give these main trees some highlight there. Right, we'll get a bit of foreground here. Come across. I've dried this black now, alright? So we'll come across there, make it come in there, get right in there. Now you want to keep this in perspective. I don't want to start, I want to keep that lake in perspective with the picture, okay? We'll come in front of this here and we'll just sort of bring some around there like that. Get some down here, across there, bring some over here, and we get to make our own little lake. And we'll come in front of this one here. Now, grabbing some more white and highlighting those greens again, just so as we got some different areas in our painting. So we want to come across here, and we'll just give some different lays of the land here, alright? We'll grab our knife and our white, and we'll just sort of sit this river down, coming across the front here. Wipe your knife, load her up again. In there a bit. Across the front of that, just making the, and across here as well. Alright, I've just lightened those white highlights with a bit of grey because they were too stark and bright on me, I didn't like that. Alrighty, we'll put this frame on there, see how she looks. Not too bad. I'm not a mountain man, but gave it a go anyway, alright? Hope you like that easy exercise, a Bob Ross tribute, a mountain. All the best, goodbye, good luck, and good on ya.